This story is flooding the internet today. A distant star with a very unusual flickering nature is stirring up a bit of a debate lately among the scientific community. Something was making the star dim drastically every few years, and astronomer Tabitha Boyajian, from Yale University, wasn't sure what it was. Some believe this flickering is being caused by an alien structure that surrounds the star. To fellow astronomer Jason Wright, a Penn State University researcher, it looked like the kind of star he and his colleagues had been waiting for. If none of the ordinary reasons for the star's flux quite seemed to fit, perhaps an extraordinary one was in order. Extraterrestrials. Or, to be more specific, something built by aliens, a swarm of megastructures, as he told The Atlantic, likely outfitted with solar panels to collect energy from the star. Both Boyajian and Wright believe the possibility of alien megastructures around the star is very, very remote. It's worthy of hypothesis, Wright told Slate, but we should also approach it skeptically. So, is this what we've all been waiting for? Finding out that there is a highly evolved alien race that have built a structure so big it surrounds an entire planet? Or is it something natural? Reported by the Inquisitor yesterday and apparently aired on national Chinese news on October 7, an alien city was filmed over the city of Foshan in China. Thousands of witnesses stared at this bizarre phenomenon, which some described as ghostly as it appeared to be floating above the clouds. UFO Sightings Hotspot reported that the event lasted for only a few minutes before it disappeared. There were other reports that a few days later, people in parts of the province of Jiangxi also reported sighting a ghostly alien city in the sky. Some are calling this a mirage, while others claim it to be the work of Project Blue Beam. Could it really be an alien city poking through from another dimension? Or is it the government testing out their high-tech projection system? As always, you decide. Venera 13, meaning Venus 13, was a probe in the Soviet Venera program for the exploration of Venus. Venera 13 and 14 were identical spacecraft built to take advantage of the 1981 Venus launch opportunity and launched 5 days apart. Venera 13 on October 30, 1981, and Venera 14 on November 4. After launch and a 4-month cruise to Venus, the descent vehicle separated from the cruise stage and plunged into the Venusian atmosphere on March 1, 1982. After entering the atmosphere, a parachute was deployed. At an altitude of about 50 kilometers, the parachute was released and simple air braking was used the rest of the way to the surface. Venera 13 landed 950 kilometers northeast of Venera 14, just east of the eastern extension of an elevated region known as Phoebe Regio. The lander had cameras to take pictures of the ground and spring-loaded arms to measure the compressibility of the soil. The quartz camera windows were covered by lens caps which popped off after descent. These photos were top secret then, but now have been declassified. Leonid Kazanfomality, of the Space Research Institute of Russia's Academy of Sciences, a contributor to the Venera mission, suggests signs of life in the Venera images. Leonid said that in the image we can see a scorpion-shaped life form. Take a look. To me it looks out of place. It also looks like how we see microorganisms through a microscope. Leonid believes that in the images, a scorpion-shaped creature, a disc, and a black flap are visible moving in front of the onboard camera of the Venera 13. According to reports from a Russian news agency, Leonid explained in an article of the Russian journal Solar System Research magazine, they all emerge, fluctuate, and disappear. What if we forget about the current theories about the non-existence of life on Venus? He added. Let's boldly suggest that the object's morphological features would allow us to say that they are living. American counterparts seem to firmly disagree with case Anfomality, which of course they would. Why spill the beans about everything, right? Ted Strike, who is a photo analyst at NASA, says it is more likely that the disk Leonid is talking about could have come from the spacecraft. So do you think this is evidence of life? Or parts of the spacecraft itself? You decide. Reported to the MUFON database on October 11th, a UFO was seen flying past a flag while on a cutaway shot during a live cricket game held in Green Park Stadium in India. It appears to be traveling quite fast. The uploader of the video said they thought it looked as if it were traveling at the speed of light. Let's take a look. Let's see it in slow motion while zoomed in. It does not appear to be a bird or a drone. The shape is very much like a disc, and it is without a doubt casting light from itself, indicating it is made of some sort of metal. This is truly remarkable footage here, and I leave it up to you guys to decide what you think it is. Reported by internationalbusinesstimes.com, boys from a student's hostel in India saw a strange transparent circular object hovering over the neighborhood at around 1:30 p.m. on Wednesday, October 7th. This object is being called a lenticular cloud formation by some, but as you can see by the pictures, there is more to this than that. This thing bears no resemblance to such clouds that have been photographed in the past. In one of the photos you see a person looking up and pointing at the object, which is the key point made by the IBT report that this is not a hoax. I'm not ruling anything out here, I just thought it was a story worth sharing with you all. For decades, the Apollo mission photos have been available to the public to view through NASA, but never like this. NASA has just released all 8,400 images of the Apollo moon missions on their Flickr account. All the photos are in HD, and while sifting through the Apollo 17 folder, magazine 151, I came across this strange structure in one of them. Let's take a closer look. This thing is huge and has to be a few hundred feet high at least, but I'm just guessing here. Just look at the shadow it is casting across the surface of the moon. It stretches across for miles. There is nothing like it anywhere else in the area, or at all on the moon. What can it be? Another monolith type of structure, like the one seen on the Mars moon Phobos? That's what it reminds me of. Could it be an alien beacon, or marker point? An actual building? There wasn't a closer picture of it in the folder, then again there wasn't another picture of it at all. So there is no way of telling what it is, but it is there, and it is very interesting. What do you think it is? Let me know in the comments below. With the recent announcement of flowing water on Mars, that thaws after cold Martian winters, seen here in these streaks, NASA scientists have speculated that there could be some creatures that wait for this water to start flowing, then emerge from hibernation to drink it. In this NASA rover picture, found on the Facebook page, Journey to the Center of the Mars, there is a strange-looking turtle-shaped object on the red planet. The object sticks out like a sore thumb, due to the long protrusion that looks like a neck, and what can only be described as a shell. This really opens up the imagination a bit, I know, but wouldn't it be fascinating to find out the same type of creatures that dwell here on Earth, live comfortably on Mars? Wouldn't that give hope that one day we can too? As always, you decide.